Hello YouTube, I'm making this video to help you out with doing the clutch pack setup or adjustment for the 4L60 3-4 clutch pack. So this is a 4L60, it has 4 pinion gears and the tag stamped 1KCD. If it's stamped 1KZ, it's a 4L65. If it has a 5th pinion gear, it's a 4L65. So I did this stacking arrangement for 7 frictions because the aftermarket rebuild kit I got is it's showing aftermarket 1.6 millimeters on the friction plates, but the OEM friction plates measure 2 millimeters. So that if you're going to fall into this gap right here for OEM, you actually want to go with this gap. I've done it before on other 4L60s and it's worked out perfect for getting it to about 0.40 inches, 0.040 inches or 0.050 inches. Either way, it'll be a good shift and you won't have any issues again. So with this rebuild kit, I was able to cheat it. So it gives you 7 frictions in case you have a 4L65. For this 4L60, I went with 7 frictions. And to do that, I used 4L65 steel plates. The steel plates, when I measured them, they only measure 2.4 millimeters. Whereas the 4L60 plates, the stock plates for this setup, this transmission, measure 2.7. So originally what I did was, when I had the stock plates in, I couldn't even get the snap ring on. I tried, now don't laugh, I tried modifying the end plate to try and sand it down a little bit. I could just barely fit the snap ring on. And then doing research, I found that the friction plates are actually thicker for the 4L, the steel plates are thicker for the 4L60s, but if you go with the 4L65 friction plates, which I saved off a Cadillac Escalade because I went with all new plates for that rebuild, this rebuild, I'm going with the 4L65 friction plates. They're in good condition and everything. I left the springs out because I'm going to show you the measure. You measure it with a feeler gauge. This is 0.040. I'm just going to slide it up and in there. It slid in just fine. Now then, I'm going to attempt to air test it next, and I'm going to show you how the friction moves. The friction plate applies everything. All right, so I have an air gauge set up and everything. So what I meant to say was you have a piston down below here. Now there's going to be a bleeder hole. I'm going to show you where it is after I'm done airing it up. So watch. The bleeder hole is right there. If you go off that one, you'll be good. Do you see how this plate setup is? 7 frictions.